Good morning. This is Crystal Allen, and I am so honored and excited to be here at Miller Intermediate on this Real Men Read Day. I'd like to talk to you about my books, just a couple of them. First, I want to talk to you about my newest ones, the Magnificent Maya Tibbs series. These books actually came about because I was hoping to write a Loraline 2. Had it all ready, and my editor didn't like what I had written.
Wait, I just remembered something. Can we start again?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You can start again.
Okay.
The voice was enough.
Well, good morning. This is Crystal Allen, and I am so honored and happy to be here this morning at Miller Intermediate. I want to talk to you about my books. And I'd like to start off with the Magnificent Maya Tibbs series. Actually, I was hoping to write a second book to go with the Loraline, but my editor, she said no. I thought I had a good idea, but she didn't like it. I thought I was unemployed since I didn't have anything to write, but she sent me an email that said, "We would like for you to create a character for us. We've been thinking about a character that would be like an African American Ramona Quimby." I don't know if you've ever read any Ramona Quimby books. I had as a child, but I hadn't read any in a long time. And then to try to create an African American Ramona Quimby, that was going to be tough. But I thought I might as well try. So I did. And I ended up with Maya Tibbs. I like her. There's a little bit of me in Maya Tibbs, but mostly Maya is her own person. She loves wearing her pink boots, and she doesn't care who likes it or who doesn't like it. Plus, Maya is not afraid to make a mistake. She knows that she can always correct it, but learning is something she really enjoys. And in book 1, she learns not to listen to rumors or gossip, because those most of the time are not true. In book 1, Maya ends up being partnered with supposedly the school bully in Spirit Week Showdown. It's definitely a book about not paying attention to gossip, but finding out things on your own. In book 2, The Wall of Fame game, I really don't know what Maya was thinking about in this one, because she signs up for a chili cook-off and she doesn't even know how to cook. But she signs up for it anyway. And she also signs up for a competition at her school. Maya doesn't really want to win that competition. She's just signing up, hoping that she'll score higher than her enemy. This book is about doing the right thing for the wrong reasons. The Wall of Fame game. And the last one in this series is called The Magnificent Maya Tibbs, Maya in the Middle. This book just came out a couple weeks ago. And in this one, well, for those of you all who have read any of the Maya books, you know that Maya has an older brother. She calls him Nugget. That's because his skin is brown and his head is shaped like a chunk of chicken, which is very funny. But don't be fooled. Nugget is incredibly smart. Maya also has a little sister. Her name is Macy. Macy is incredibly cute. But Maya she doesn't know what she's incredible at doing. Because now she's in the middle, in between an incredibly smart brother and an incredibly cute little sister. But Maya finds out exactly what she's good at in Maya in the Middle. I hope that you get an opportunity to read all 3 of these Maya books. I think you'll like them. Now, I would like to read you the very last chapter of the Loraline. Chapter 33. There's a knock on the shack door and I open it. It's Dad. He looks over at Grandma. The guys are finished cutting the grass. Grandma gets up. I'm on my way. She turns to us and winks. We'll have plenty of opportunities to finish these stories. Mom and I follow Grandma out of the shack. The bright sun shines on my face and I feel incredible. Now I want everybody to know about the Loraline and the shack. I want the world to know about the exceptional women in my family. And I can start by acting like one of them. I reach for Dad's hand. I'd like to introduce you to a boy who goes to my school and his dad. When we're close enough, I do the honors. This is Troy. We have history class together, and he pitches for our school's team. And that's his dad. Mr. Bailey sticks out his hand. John Bailey. Dad shakes his hand. Larry Dyson. Nice to meet you. Mr. Bailey says, so, you taught Laura how to pitch? Dad grins. I sure did. Have you seen her curveball? Mr. Bailey chuckles. Not only did I see it, she taught Troy how to throw it. They laugh, and Troy holds up his hand for me to give him a high five. I give him a hard slap. He checks his hand for red marks. I did that on purpose. I'm still mad because he bailed on me last night, and I missed out on my Rocket's red glare kiss. Even though it looks like the new client excuse is legit. Mr. Bailey nudges Troy. Did you give Laura the flyer? Yes, sir. Dad looks my way. What flyer? I swallow to clear my throat before giving him the good news. I'm going to try out for Mr. Bailey's select baseball team. Dad's face lights up. Baseball? Are you serious? Troy starts to hold up his hand for another high five, but changes his mind. Instead, he just smiles, and those deep dimples call for me to take a ride. I can't stop the sudden daydream since I'm already picturing myself at a baseball stadium, waving at the crowd from inside Troy's dimple as he carries me out to the pitcher's mound. Then his voice brings me back to the present. Glad you're going to try out, Dyson. We may go undefeated. I smile. Heck to the double yes, we will. Mr. Bailey steps closer to Dad. Laura's tryout is basically a formality. I already see her in my starting rotation of pitchers. Listen, would you be interested in helping me coach the team? Laura tells me you played ball in college. Dad's pumped. I was the starting catcher. Hit pretty good, too. I'd love to help out. Mr. Bailey reaches in his pocket and gives Dad a card. Perfect. Let's get together for lunch early next week. I got a few ideas and I'd like to hear yours, okay? Dad takes the card and shakes Mr. Bailey's hand. You bet. I'm looking forward to it, John. Later that evening, after Grandma, Mom, and Dad have all gone to bed, I stand in my room and stare at the shack from my window. I can't believe I'm getting all sentimental about this. I'm going to ding myself for it. But I can't help how I'm feeling. Why did the chair have to break? I hate being part of the reason why it's broken. And now I'll have to look at that basket of busted wood for the rest of my life. I'll probably end up writing about it in the ledger. Since this is my last night, I think I'll take a flashlight and go out there just to say my goodbyes. I wrap my robe around me and scoot into my slippers. I get the flashlight, open the dresser, and grab my last Almond Joy. I'm not taking it home. I'm taking it now. I tiptoe out of the house and across the yard. I think about what Grandma told me she did when she was a child, sneaking inside the shack so she could spend time with her mom. It all makes sense to me now. Once I get to the door, I turn the doorknob, go in, and walk straight to the ledger. I want to apologize again for the chair, but suddenly a calm rushes over me. I close my eyes, take a deep breath, and let it out. I feel better than I ever have about what happened. Maybe what I'm feeling is the line forgiving me. I find a rocking chair, take a seat, and unwrap my last piece of chocolate as I enjoy this last night in the quiet of the shack. I'm all packed up on Sunday morning. I folded my clothes neatly, unlike how they were when I came here, and my luggage is stacked and ready to go. As I make my way to the car, I can't believe how emotional I am. And it gets worse when I see Grandma waiting for me at the car. I'm not sure how long we hug, but it feels the same way Mom's hug felt when she left for Colleen 2 weeks ago. I pull away and look at Grandma. So, can I come back on Saturday? Grandma lets out a hearty laugh. I can't wait. Maybe there will be a good baseball game on for us to watch. I shake my head. Grandma, what are you going to do when baseball season is over? Her eyebrows scrunch together. When does the season end? I grin. The World Series happens in October. After that, there's no more baseball until spring. Grandma claps her hands. Oh, that's perfect. It'll end just in time for basketball season. Edna and I have season tickets to the Houston Rockets. I giggle. Grandma, you're a major sports fan. Maybe Saturdays can be our day. She winks. How about we have an early Saturday morning brunch date twice a month, around the time when Bailey and Bailey cuts my grass? My eyes widen. Oh, yeah. That sounds awesome, Grandma. Then Saturday brunch it is, starting next Saturday. I love you. I hug her and get into the car. Love you too, Grandma. I wave through the back window until Dad turns onto the gravel road. Then he starts talking about baseball and all his ideas for the team. Mom reaches for my hand and I give it to her. Are you okay? I nod and smile. Heck to the double yeah. I'm better than okay. Thank you so much for listening to the last chapter of the Loreline.